Hello.
Well, hello. Welcome back to what, episode two?
Episode 2 of Bonnets and Bathrobes.
What are we titling this episode?
A mess.
Uh,
Because my weekend. If it describes my weekend,
mhm.
let's title it a mess.
Let's just
I don't
title
want
it,
to project.
well,
Maybe we'll just leave it at
it could be
episode
a
2.
mess. It could be a mess because social media was quite a bit of a mess this week also. So we can keep it a mess
Mm.
for sure.
Sunday night is a mess because it looks like they're replaying Kenya's spa opening and Brit Edie all over my socials right now. That's all I'm seeing is the clips from Kenya's spa opening. So a mess seems a bit appropriate tonight.
Yeah. It's funny. I haven't seen that at all in my algorithm, but
Mm.
you know what I've seen? The
Hmm.
Married to Medicine Part 2 reunion, how they are coveting Dr. Damon and Dr. Heavenly's marriage to the point where Jackie actually went into tears to shift the focus so they didn't talk about any of the rumors. That's been all over my algorithm. Is that not insane?
Let's talk about it, but let's just get some details out of the way. How was your day?
So my day was great. Thanks for
Hmm.
asking. I got out, ran a few errands today. We went to church. Ran errands, went to church, and I met up with a friend for like a lunch dinner situation. Um, and that was pretty cool. So it was good to get out the house and mingle a bit. You need to have adult conversations from time to time.
Oh,
So
I remember those days when I needed adult conversations.
yes,
Yes.
yes, having a 7-month old, it's a whole lot of gaga. Yeah, zoom, zoom, zoom. You need real words so you don't burn
I,
out. So
I,
yes.
I
So yeah,
know.
adult
I
conversation.
remember.
Yeah, so that was good. So, and it was nice to get out the house and move around a little bit. I will say it was quite chilly in Texas today, which was surprising.
Okay.
Like 60 degrees, and that was a bit uncomfortable, but we'll live. How
Yes,
we
you will, because I'm sure you have much warmer days on the horizon.
Let's not just talk about them just yet. I, I can sit in 60 for a minute. How was your day?
Hmm.
How was
You
yours?
know, my day was pretty good. It was really good, actually. But okay, last night I went to an event, Denim and Diamonds. I met a woman here. I went out to a restaurant. She was
Mhm.
the bartender. We exchanged information. She invited me a few days later to an event that was last night.
Okay.
They had a hockey game like right near the restaurant. So I could not find parking. I finally paid for parking, parked
Mhm.
on the sixth floor. I'm cute. I got my diamonds, my denim. I have 6-inch heels because, I'm newly divorced. You've seen the memes. The divorced women have higher heels than every stage of life. So I have on my 6-inch heels. They're laced up. I look
Mhm.
good. I get to the event. We have a great time. I mean, a ball. It's packed. Everybody's friendly dancing. It's a live band. I go to leave. The elevator is not working.
Okay,
I
six inch
did
6-inch heels.
6 inches up to the sixth floor of the garage. So today, I went to the grocery store, parked in the garage, tried to come up the back stairs, and I could not. Going down the stairs was fine. I had no idea by the time I got back, my legs would not work. I was walking up the stairs on jello. My entire everything hurt. I could not believe it. I was like, oh. So that was my day today. But I did have another event happen. We can talk about that a little later. But it was so cute. Okay, wait,
Okay.
let me tell you about it. We'll get it out the way.
Okay.
I went to the mall.
Mhm.
I've been chasing down this Burberry Goddess fragrance, and Macy's had a great sale today.
That's a good
I,
one.
I am obsessed with Burberry
Yeah.
Goddess. So
Mhm.
I went to Macy's. I stopped in H&M. This attractive guy says, "Good morning." And I was like, "Oh, I don't work here. Like, what do you want?" He was like, "I just had to say hello. Your energy, I could feel it. It was like calling me in here." And I was like, "Oh." Thank you. He was like, and you smell so good. I don't even remember what I was wearing. I think it was the Brown Sugar Babes.
The body
Brown Sugar
oil?
Babes own company, yes, the body oil. And they have a fragrance that is reminiscent of Fenty. So I had that on. I mixed it with my hand lotion, so he might have smelled that. Anyway, he came in. He was like, I just wanted to say hello, introduce myself. And if you ever want to speak to me again, here's a digital card. So he like put his phone up to my phone. I was like, that's so cute. He was dressed so nice. He was so attractive. I haven't reached out to him. I think I'm gonna do like a TikTok story and ask the girls what they think. I thought he was so cute, but that
I
leads
am
me into something else. But I don't want to take the episode with my dating drama. So what you
okay.
got on your mind today?
Well, I am such a cynic because the digital card is so cheesy. Do not
It was
ever,
cute.
if you ever meet me in public and you want to give me your number, please do not
Mhm.
play the digital card game, okay? Don't do
I thought
that.
the
That's
digital card was absolutely adorable.
not you, Orange Cat, in this episode, but we'll leave that in the past.
Oh,
But okay.
not me,
But
orange.
where should we dive in? Because I know we're going to start off with our sips and spills with our hot topics. But what hot topic do
We
you
need
want
to.
to get to first?
Let's get into Kenya and Britt. I think it's unavoidable at this point. It's Sunday night. They're airing the episode. Kenya's spa opening.
Okay.
Tainted at her choice
hmm
to air Britt out. What do you think?
Okay.
What would
So
you
I
have done if you were Kenya? You don't need to maybe revisit the last episode, but if you were Kenya, what
mhm.
would you have done?
So the one thing I would have done for sure is not allow someone at a lower station potentially in life ruin my life. That's
Mhm,
that's the first thing I would have done.
mhm,
It's hard for me to feel
mhm.
bad for Kenya because she is far too old to be shaken so easily when she is so always in the position of doing the shaking, if that makes sense. Like I don't like it.
I
I
agree.
don't like I don't like it whatsoever. I'm not spending 400,000 plus dollars to invest in something that's for my child's future and myself, right? And allowing it to be tainted in such a derogatory way. I just I can't get behind her on this. I can get behind the lying on Brittany's part because Brittany did lie and say she did not say those words, which we all saw
Mhm.
last week that she absolutely did. But I cannot get behind Kenya's response. I just can't. I feel like there were so many other things that could have been done.
Agreed. I agree 100%. And I think that Kenya, like you said, absolutely was easily shaken. Not that Britt's threat should have been taken lightly. I think she should have escalated it through the ranks of production and Bravo and NBC Universal, whoever. But
Mm,
for her to ruin the spot opening, and from what I can see, like just my layman's view, is
mhm,
she was caught in making a moment where she should have probably handled it off the show. It would have been very much more dagger to the heart had she
mhm,
handled it off the show versus what she thought would be maybe a Nene kind of viral moment, like a read, a takedown. If she had handled it appropriately instead of like a takedown on the
mhm.
show, she would have been vindicated and still on the show. Britt, if you really don't like the girl, Britt would have been gone.
Correct.
You could have worked this so Britt could have left the show, but you worked it like a production instead of a
Correct.
real thing. And
It's
so,
really
in my personal opinion, what I would have done, I would have definitely moved it up the ranks. I would have had, like, look at Greg and King from Married to Medicine. You see
mhm.
how Greg
We
called
can
the
get to
polo
that.
on King. You said you ain't about to
We,
chase me down the beach.
listen, we're gonna get to that one next
You
because I
ain't
have
about to make
something
me
to say.
at 60 years old run down this beach. I'm gonna call the police on you if you chase me. That's
We
what
are
Kenya should have did. Instead, she gonna
correct.
do this in production.
Correct. She just
Mhm,
and she has so much
mhm,
clout, and she at this point, she would have been the longest running housewife on the show. You know what I'm saying? So she
mhm,
should have
mhm.
had enough buy-in to be able to say, no, we need to get rid of that peach because it's not Love and Hip Hop. It's not Zeus Network. It's not Now That's TV.
You know
Like,
what's funny is
yeah.
that you say that, and that's a good point to bring up, that I think so many women, and not just Black women, but women in general,
Mm-hmm.
they miss the point of equity. They work so long for these productions and these um, TV shows and these networks, and they have no equity. You and I were having a conversation about that recently where we were talking about somebody on TikTok having their entire business solely operated and selling on TikTok. And I didn't think that she was making a smart move by not redirecting her customer off of TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that just really lends to how women are not, even with lawyers and access to people who have the business acumen and the intelligence to really navigate these spaces, unless the networks just don't move or they're not budging on that part, but they just don't have any power. They walk away with a bunch of bags, a bunch of quotes, a bunch of clips, a bunch of memes, a luxury car, and a nice house, but they walk away with zero long-term equity. It's so unfortunate. Even the people who do the reality shows, they don't get residuals. They get a flat check for the shows that they record, and
Correct.
that's it. No matter how
Correct.
many people watch it, I mean, how
Mm.
many times they air it on Netflix, it's just a real big point that people need to understand equity. And that's what I like about our show, is that we kind of move the needle. We don't just talk about culture, we kind of bring it back to real life.
Real life, absolutely. I have a question though.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Is it
please.
possible that maybe it is a Black woman issue? Because I look at something like a Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Look at how careful they are
Mm-hmm.
with Kyle. Look at how careful they are with Dorit and PK and how they treat them in these same type of circumstances. They
Mm-hmm.
don't get the same treat. Like Kyle would never be ousted. She just flat out said, I'm not talking about Morgan. And guess what? She's sitting on the reunion
Mm-hmm.
stage. You know, like, think about all of the things that she has gone through. They just mark it as good TV and let her keep moving.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Dorit allegedly staged a whole robbery. Allegedly.
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 And
Allegedly.
and she's sitting on the reunion stage 2 years later.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's very
Mm-hmm. And
very
nobody
real.
can pick it apart because
Yeah.
you're right. They're protecting her. They're protecting
Garcelle
her.
mentions it because
Yep.
we all think it, and she gets just ran down for even saying it out loud.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody thinks it.
Correct. Correct.
Hmm.
Correct. Correct. I agree. It could be a Black woman issue. I want, especially Black women,
Hmm.
to take pointers from people that they see are able to navigate to other spaces. And there is one person in particular, you and I have a difference of opinion on this person. She's a very, very popular figure here on YouTube, and that is Miss Tasha K. And no matter
Okay.
what you think about Tasha K is a front runner here on YouTube. She might be the for gossip, talking, blogging, whatever. Tasha K has created what looks to be an empire with her website.
Mhm.
She's getting monthly subscription fees. She has productions from Benzino, her own production team, her husband. She's monetizing other YouTubers on her website. She's turned her website into what looks like Patreon with
Okay.
like creators and bringing like comedy specials and movies and her live like after dark that YouTube is negotiating with her what she can do on YouTube because they don't want her to take her entire show to her website. I think that's power people need to understand. And that's why I was making a big deal about Stormy and her brand.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what she's negotiated with TikTok. Maybe there is something she's negotiated with TikTok, but I don't think it's smart to have your entire audience here and not be able to do anything with them other than the memberships
Mm-hmm.
and the super chats.
Okay.
Go ahead.
You ready for me?
I love to hear your input. Yes.
Okay, so a couple things. I will never, I can absolutely separate my personal feelings about how Tasha handles things and the alleged lies that she spews and the type of content that she produces from her business acumen, because I will not say she is not business savvy. She absolutely is. I can see that. I would also ask, though, if these things are being done, and if she is so great and she does have this business acumen that we speak of, why allegedly is her home in foreclosure? But that's another question.
I can say that if your home is in foreclosure, but you're inside of a bankruptcy, it may be playing out the way you want it to play out, because maybe to your creditors, you need to look.
Mm-hmm.
And inside the bankruptcy, the lawyers and the trustee can negotiate your mortgage with that creditor if they don't want to lose the loan.
So is
And
that
I can say that from
so
some personal experience.
okay? So
I'm
is
sorry.
she in a bankruptcy? Is that what she did to avoid paying Cardi B allegedly?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Even though she is still having to
Brilliant.
pay. Not brilliant. She's paying.
I think that the judge is going to, the bankruptcy judge is capping the lawsuit amount.
No. That part I did read. It's not capping. The lawsuit's not included, but they're going to negotiate what she pays so she doesn't default. She got to pay it all.
I don't think that's accurate.
Yep. We can look it up and revisit next episode, but
We can definitely revisit this. But I
yes,
think
we
Tasha
can.
has moved extremely brilliantly in this space and understanding the power that she has with YouTube.
And
I don't see anybody else doing what she's done as far as their own website and monetizing the same foot traffic and saying, hey, you want an after dark? Not on Patreon. You want an after dark? Come to my website where I take 100% of the cut. I mean, you have to pay your servers and your hosts, your web hosts and whatever, but it's not the Patreon cut.
Correct. I mean,
so I think
it's smart. It's smart. I won't say it's not.
smart.
It's
I
very
love
smart.
it.
It's very smart. I would say the same about Kendra G. You know, same thing with her app. She monetizes that on her own platform, and she brought YouTube in to add that stream of income as well, because why not? If you're doing it live on every other platform, let's go ahead and add YouTube and drop my own personal app so we can make these things work. I mean, I think she's
I want to see how she monetizes. I would love to see how she monetizes. I know she does the private groups, and those are like $100 entry fee.
No, but so she monetizes through her app, though. Her app has a subscription fee. It's not free. That's how she's monetizing for these.
Is it not free? I've signed up for the app. Is that
for women
not free for men? Because the women have full access.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
Correct. Yes. I think that's her method of ensuring it's some level of seriousness, even though we know they're never serious. But that's another topic.
I would love to. You know what? I'm going to sign up as a man because I want to see what her app is charging people, because these people, you know,
But honestly, let me
I think her
withdraw that.
because I'm witnessing the guy she interviews. She asks them, "What's your name on the thing?" And then she shows people, "Oh, you can hit this, hit this, hit this." I
Mm-hmm.
think the men are signing up and able to communicate for free.
Well, that would be so when she was talking about it, that is not at all what she alluded to. And if that is the case, this would be just as ridiculous as the other apps because what is the point? Because if they can
It's
come
given
on
plenty of fish.
and yeah,
I want to
well,
see. So we have to put a pin in that
yes. What
and
time?
a pin in Kindred and a pin in Tasha K's bankruptcy. We have to come back and revisit that. Maybe episode 3, guys.
Yeah, and
So
see
make
what's
sure you
going
stay
on with
tuned for
that.
episode.
Okay. What's the
I'm very
next
excited.
one? Yeah, we'll
So,
have to.
I would like to talk about this big debacle that Young Thug is back to his Twitter games
Mm,
and risking his freedom for 140 characters. What do you think about that? It appears that the DA may want his probation bond bail revoked.
so there's been an update for that.
Okay, okay.
And the judge threw it out. They said that was not a violation, so he is not at risk anymore
Mm.
of going back to jail. However, like I think the world knows, he's not going to be able to maintain this because it's clear that he's learned nothing. Because this quickly, you're already back in hot water. Somehow you are just not taking this seriously because I hope he does not assume every time he goes back in front of the judge, they're going to say, no, you can stay free. Like he doesn't value this whatsoever.
Judges do not want to see you come back, and he needs to understand that they are watching everything he does.
Correct. And if he didn't know,
Those people don't want him out at all.
yeah, he's a child, unfortunately.
He is a child. He is a
He's a
child.
child. He
He
is a
has
child.
not grown up, even in the way he was. Okay, I can't even get into Mariah the scientist, his children, her being the stepmother that's not married to him. But her hanging around him, I don't. It doesn't seem to do anything for her career since he's been out. I know she was touring with Des Dior, Jada Waiter's bestie.
Oh, Future's
And
ex, right?
since he's been out, I don't think Mariah has performed at all.
Well, I mean, he's absolutely
She has to play
draining her.
stepmommy.
He's draining her energy. So how can she perform? But we know that's another topic for another day.
Good night. Good night.
Yeah.
You know what? Speaking of that, I saw an Instagram post
Mm-hmm.
about what men should learn in marriage. And I was so offended because this rabbi was giving marital advice to men. And what he was telling men was that if you put in a little bit, even 30 seconds of eye contact when you get home from work, your woman will multiply it, upgrade it infinitely. And what I read from that, and maybe because I'm Black Cat, I'm a cynic, he was telling men put in as little as possible when you get home from work. And that's all you got to do. And then you could drain her dry. And I couldn't see it any other way. And I wish I could play it for you now, but I lost it. But I want to hear your opinion because we know women do multiply. What they're given, they can multiply and provide.
Correct.
But what do you think of this rabbi giving men this marital advice? Walk in, give your wife a 30-second hug, and for the rest of the day, she'll cook, she'll clean, she'll lay down, she'll take care of the kids, she'll bathe them, she'll check their homework, and you can relax because the world has beaten you up. Mm-hmm. You bring it.
So
Mm-hmm.
I would wonder a couple things. One, is that rabbi in what he considers to be healthy partnership? Can rabbis get married?
I'm not sure about that.
Because
Good question.
we know priests can't.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure if a rabbi can, but if they can, I would wonder how many marriages have failed, if the current one is successful. Because for me, yes, we do multiply. However, why does he position himself to think multiplying the bare minimum is healthy for anyone?
Mm.
Like, why would you
I
suggest
don't know if he
that?
was thinking about the wife. That may be the biggest thing. He probably wasn't thinking about the wife. He was telling men how to survive and give as little as possible.
Yeah, I would like for him to lose his voice so he can stop
Mhm,
telling people
mhm.
things. He should not
Can
be
you
giving advice.
imagine? You come home and give me as little as possible. Trust me, I'm giving you less. But listen, that's me. I don't want to spill out onto the podcast
It's
episode
it's
too,
the
but I'm giving
10
you
it's the 10 seconds of eye contact for me. 10 seconds of eye contact, 30-second hug. What are we talking
Mhm.
about here? That is a mess.
Mhm. Not even do you need help? Is there anything I can help you finish? How was your day? No, give me an eye contact and a swift little hug like I'm your teammate,
I
and
wonder
you can
what
go sit down on the bench.
we should have a man on to ask that question to see what he thinks about
Mm.
that, because I would love to see like what that their take on that situation would be, because I don't think
I'm
any
going to
healthy.
try because I did comment on it. I'm
Mhm,
going to try and find it. Episode 3, we need a guest,
mhm,
a man, to
mhm.
come on and tell us his thoughts on that that video.
Okay.
It was viral, so it had
That's yeah.
hundreds of thousands of likes.
Oh wow.
Mhm.
Yeah. Let's see. So
I know.
yeah,
I'm,
that's wow. Yeah. We'll put a pin in that because
I'm
I just
excited. We have a game. I I put together a game. It's a surprise for you.
I was about to say, wait a minute, we have a game.
We have a game, and it's going
Okay.
to break up episode 2 just a little bit.
Okay.
So this game is called Glow Up or Slow Up. So
Okay.
it's a this or that game, and it's kind of
Okay.
rapid fire. So just give me your answer, and then maybe if you want to elaborate a bit.
So glow up or slow up.
Glow up or slow up?
All
Let me
right,
know
let's
when you're
see.
ready.
I am ready.
Okay, for guys
Mhm.
that you may be interested in, a gym rat or a homebody? Mm.
How do you want me to answer this? So what do I
Would
say?
you? It's a yes or it's an either
Oh,
or.
either or. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The gym rat.
You like the gym rat. You know
Mhm.
what's interesting that I've noticed growing up in my 20s, the bodybuilders, like the real buff cut, muscle bound guys, they
Mhm.
had an affinity for BBWs.
They do, because they're so hard. They want something soft. That's all it is.
Wow.
That's what they've
Hey
always told me.
y'all.
Yeah, I mean that's what they've always
You
told
rich
me.
bodybuilders out there, listen,
Yeah.
you can find my contact information in the description box.
Okay. Yes,
And
I.
so next
I'm
next
ready.
glow up or slow up. You want to build together or already established?
Already established.
I know that's right. If you were
Mhm.
10 years younger, would you build together or already established?
I would build together 10 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
10 years ago, I would
Next
build
up,
together. Yeah.
joint. Okay. Next up, joint account or yours and mine. And
Yours and
not a
mine.
both. You have to give me the. Oh,
Yours and mine.
I love
Yes,
it.
yours
I
and mine.
love it.
We had to think about that one. Mm-mm. Yours and mine.
Okay. 10 years ago,
Yours
would
and
you do
mine.
joint or yours and mine?
Yours and mine
Oh, I
always.
like
Always yours and mine. Yeah, we're not doing
I
that.
love it.
Yeah.
Okay. And you are by talent and profession a chef. So date night or dine in?
Date night. No.
Okay.
No.
Oh,
Dine in. Dine in.
because you want to cook.
I would rather cook. Yes.
Yes.
I would rather
Oh,
cook.
I
Hmm.
love that. I love
Yeah.
that. So, okay, you like dine in. How many dates in general, can he dine in?
After a month,
A month.
about a month,
Okay.
30 days.
Mhm.
I always say it takes a job 30 days to give you benefits. It's 30 days before I start.
Nice. I love
Yeah.
this. I love this.
Yeah.
Are you open to cooking at his house? Do you prefer to cook at his house?
No, I would prefer to cook at mine, because you know where everything is, you know how everything works. But I
Okay.
would be open to it if he asked.
First meal you cook for him, are you asking him what he wants or you're cooking what you want to give him?
I'm cooking what I want.
I like
Mhm.
that. Okay. What's your first, off the top of your head, what's the first date dine-in meal you're cooking up for him?
First,
Or not first date, but the first dine-in
first
date.
dine-in, I would do surf and turf, truffle mac and cheese, some sort of homemade bread, and
Ooh.
maybe like a fresh asparagus or maybe fresh green beans or something like that. Just something simple, nothing crazy.
Okay, I'm a little fluid. Do you want to dine in for me?
I'm not.
Okay, I'm just asking.
Yeah, I would keep it real
I like
simple.
the truffle mac and cheese,
Yeah,
and I know it's gonna be bubbling and a little
yeah,
browned and crusty. Ooh, okay,
absolutely.
okay.
So that's the first meal.
Mm.
Normally, that's the pretty much simple, straight, fluid, easy to cook, not hard to source the right ingredients. I would make sure I have the cut of steak that he likes, though. I would do
Do
that.
y'all hear this woman? She said source the ingredients. See, me, I'm at Walmart. She is sourcing it. I love this.
You are silly.
I love this. All of my ingredients came from one aisle. Okay, let me ask you this.
Hmm.
This is an offbeat question, but this
Okay.
mac and cheese has me like in a chokehold right now.
Okay.
Do you breadcrumb the top or no?
So when I do truffle mac, sometimes I will breadcrumb the top, but my breadcrumb
Mm.
is a Parmesan breadcrumb mix, not straight just breadcrumb.
Mm.
Because I don't like it too bready, and the Parmesan will crisp up too. So I like to mix a little bit.
I'm attracted to you.
Girl, you need help, but I will
I'm
make you. I will
attracted.
make you food whenever you come to Texas. I got you.
I'm here. I'm there. I'm
Yes,
here and
whenever you
there.
come, I got you.
Okay. Glow up or slow up question.
Okay.
Loyal and broke or rich and toxic?
Game over because I can't choose either of those. No way. Are we
Mm-hmm.
serious?
Mm-hmm.
Um, like if I had to choose, it absolutely would be rich and toxic. I don't want anything broke ever. Period. Because what man isn't
Broke is,
toxic? What man isn't toxic
and
is the question.
can you imagine somebody broke at this 40 something year old age? He's going to be angry all the time. That man is not going to be happy at all.
Nor is he going to be loyal. Like, let's be clear here. He's not gonna be loyal
He's
either.
looking for a way out.
The first thing smoking. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do it.
I agree.
Mm.
I can't even imagine. Loyal and broke sounds crazy. Couch confessions.
Whew.
Something that you may not share with everybody, but you gonna say it on today's episode too.
Mm. What would I say? Have you noticed? Okay, I have one. Have you
Oh,
noticed
okay.
that, like, it seems like everybody is doing bad right now, some way? And I
Hmm.
don't know what necessarily
Hmm.
mean financially, but it's just like some spirit or some kind of gloom or overcast over everything to where people are really not happy right now. Like, I don't know if it's just society where we are or current political climate. Like, maybe that's it.
Hmm.
I'm not sure, but it's something in the air right now. What do you think about that?
I I agree. I've noticed it. I even saw actually my mother was telling me that People magazine reported that finance companies are reporting their highest amount of consumers not paying, not late, but simply not paying their car notes.
Oh, wow.
And I said, I think people are so destitute, but I don't think that these same people are. There are the people who can't afford eggs, who won't admit that they can't afford eggs. And maybe you can follow me. And I
Mhm.
know the listeners can follow me as well. People that can't afford eggs are so trapped into their red hat that they can't look vulnerable. They
Mhm.
refuse to look like they maybe regret their decision. And that is causing them such internal conflict. And I wish that we can all come together, admit maybe something's wrong.
Correct.
Maybe something's wrong. So we
Correct.
can get over the hump because we are at rapid decline. The stock market hit its lowest day twice since January.
Mm.
Twice since January.
And I don't even want to look
The
at my
lies, the
401k.
rhetoric,
Like, whew.
it's insanity. And
Yes,
you're
it is.
right, the world is gloomy. But until we can get people to admit that it's gloomy, until we can get people to admit that there needs to be a change, we're just going to be on this downward spiral continuously.
Mm.
And I don't know what the other side of that spiral looks like. I don't know. I wish I could be more optimistic about it, but I'm just nervous that some people just will never be able to admit. And I think that's called cognitive dissonance,
Mhm.
where people have this, they have thoughts, but they can't follow those thoughts because it affects their outward behavior. And their outward behavior would make people see their thoughts, and they have to distance themselves from reality because otherwise they would expose that they maybe are leaning to a different side or wish they had done a different outcome. I don't know. The world is gloomy.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah. I think you might be right. And honestly, maybe this is unfortunately a necessary evil. So people can understand that you are
Mm,
not in the station in life you thought you were,
hmm.
because at the baseline, you can't afford eggs. And that's the bottom line. Like you
It
thought
sounds
you were
very
something else.
Tulsa.
Hmm.
It sounds very Tulsa. Why are these people prospering?
Yeah.
Why are these people out in the middle of the day in luxury cars at the same stores I'm at? Why aren't they at work slaving away in somebody's factory?
Yeah.
Why are these people at my Target with me
When you
when
were,
I can't afford Target?
yeah.
They can't afford Target, but all of these others are in Target spending as much as me, if not more.
Oh, okay. Well,
It gives Tulsa. It
yes,
gives
it
Tulsa.
I agree.
Somebody's mad.
I agree. I
Mm-hmm.
agree. Absolutely, I
Mm-hmm.
agree. I agree. What is one of your couch
Oh,
confessions?
as soon as a girl, let me tell you, I got one good one.
Okay.
It almost bust out my mouth.
Okay, what you got?
As soon as you start bragging on a nigga, the universe
Mm.
is gonna tell you should have sat down and ate your food.
Don't put that man on camera, sis.
The minute you start bragging on a nigga, the
Mm.
universe gonna tell you you should have sat down and ate your food.
You know what is so strange about that?
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually
Mm-hmm.
okay with the bragging of it. I'm just not okay with the bragging after you have willfully ignored the red flags.
Ooh,
Because
that
absolutely
part.
brag, absolutely put them on display. But if you already had doubts or you saw some signs, why
Mm-hmm.
still what's the use or what's the point in still bragging? Like what are you trying to do?
Oof.
Who are you trying to impress? Like
Mm-hmm.
what's the reason behind that is the question.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because once you build him up and you put him on this pedestal, there's nothing else. You have to be completely honest.
Mhm.
You have to be honest or you have to live the lie. And living the lie means he has to still come around. He has to still be in your presence. Once, yeah, oof, please, please, please.
Ooh.
And I'm gonna tell you what, I posted this on TikTok the other day. I was like, we have created such a hater culture that you can't tell people the truth. You can't
Correct.
tell them the energy you've seen from this person. You can't tell them the actions you've seen, the red flags, because you're a hater. Yep. So,
It's that, and
that-
honestly,
mhm.
that is such a sad statement because you know how much hurt that you could help stop if
Mhm.
people just were willing to accept, just maybe because they always tell you outside eyes can see things you can't.
Ooh.
But it's like that's why we got advice from our elders. That's why we listen to our family when they say things. So why do you think everyone is just against you? No, baby, that's not what it is. We're really
Mhm.
trying to help
Mhm.
you. But
Yeah.
everybody must
There
have
is,
a name.
they gotta have a man. You can't tell a girl to know
Hmm.
nothing about her man.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to suggest that we do what would Shy do?
What is this? Shy gang day?
Listen, we putting you on full display in episode 2
Oh my
because I
goodness.
really want to know what you would do.
What would Shy do? Okay, let's do it.
Okay. All right. So, a social media user in one of my Facebook groups
Hmm.
asked for lawyer recommendations because they have been in a 6-year divorce battle and their lawyer is retiring. Yes, 6 years. They have changed judges and now their lawyer is retiring. Would you give in after 6 years? Or would you continue to fight and pay for a lawyer? What would Shy do, girl?
What state do I
Now,
live
I'm
in?
assuming I don't know a lot of the backstory. Let's assume children are involved and a
Hmm.
lot of money or property is involved.
Okay.
Somebody doesn't want to give up something. It could be the Florida beach house, it could be the private jet, it could be the weekend with the kids, the ex wife doesn't want the kids around the stepmother, whatever it may be. Would you, Shy, continue the fight and start looking for another lawyer in year 6?
Absolutely. If I want out, I want out.
Oh,
It's a reason. It's the
mm.
reason I wanted out to begin with, and if I'm willing to hang on for 6 years, it must be many reasons why I can keep going for 7 or 8 or 9. Absolutely.
The 6-year battle, just the number sounds like to you something in there
Yes.
you need to get.
I
Yeah.
need
Okay.
I have earned whatever it is I'm trying to get. I deserve it, and I also earned the right
Mm.
to get away from you. So we're gonna get out of this.
Ooh,
Mhm.
mm.
Absolutely.
Let's do robes and recommendations. I
Okay.
guess I could maybe lead the pack because I have a controversial recommendation. And this is, ladies, at your
Okay.
own discretion. But I will tell you what, I am a fragrance junkie. I'm not one of the influencer girls. I'm not giving somebody five, six, $700 for perfume. I'm just not there. I don't think I will ever be there. But I do have a fragrance for the girls who are baddies on a conscious budget.
Okay.
Kylie Jenner. I know. Everybody pause, everybody wait.
I wish I
Everybody
had
wait a minute.
I wish I had sound effects, but go ahead.
Kylie, Kylie Jenner. I know everybody's talking about the Kardashian Tesla commercials, her Instagram with Teslas and the Tesla robot and the Cybertruck. Please let me just announce this one recommendation. If you
Mhm.
can, ladies, go into your local fragrance store, whatever that is, and smell Cosmic by Kylie Jenner. It is such a beautiful fragrance. And if you go to Macy's, it's discounted heavily. Cosmic by Kylie Jenner is such a beautiful scent. It's new, it's fun, it's light, it's really, really sexy, but feminine, but not too soft that it fades. She did her big one. You know what? I would like to actually maybe pull up the notes because I don't want this to be a commercial, but I want to tell you, ladies, what I love. I also will tell you that while I'm looking up the notes for Cosmic, that ladies, if there's one thing I would suggest that you all put into your skincare routine, it is a lemon pad. They're acidic, they contain vitamin C, some have turmeric. The lemon pad after your gentle cleanser. I would suggest the gentle cleanser with the lemon pad because the gentle cleanser, or if you have a harsh cleanser and the lemon pad, you're gonna get too much abrasion on your skin. Because the lemon pads are usually textured, but they will give you the most beautiful glow after just about a week of using them regularly. And regularly meaning 3 to 4 times a week, not daily. But the lemon pads,
good tip.
And I picked up a very inexpensive set from TJ Maxx, and I think they are absolutely amazing. So that's my recommendation because I know everybody doesn't want to pay $100 for a toner, $100 for a moisturizer. It's just not realistic in this day and age. Ladies, don't try to keep up with everybody else. Please be sensible.
Well, I guess
And
I
do
am
what
on
works
the
for you.
I guess I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum because I will pay for skincare.
I think some people will, but because I maybe am blessed with like really amazing skin, I don't have to do a lot. Maybe because I'm extra melanated, I don't get a bunch of breakouts, a bunch of acne, a bunch of pores. So for me, paying those costs, it's not my thing. It's not my thing. So for other people, maybe that's their thing. I don't know if I have a thing. Now that I'm thinking about it, I do shop a lot, but I don't know if I have a thing. Oh, it might be home decor.
That is definitely your
Oh
thing.
my gosh.
Yes.
It's probably home. I'm like, where do I spend the bulk of my money? And
Yeah.
where do I not have a cat? It's home decor. If we had a West Elm near me,
Oh yeah.
I would be in bankruptcy court sitting right next to Tasha K. Sitting right next to Tasha K.
Oh my goodness. Well, and seeing for me, it's makeup and
So let me
skincare.
tell you something. And for me, it's trinkets and things, and things and trinkets.
Yeah.
For the home. Okay, and I'll wrap this up. I wanted to just go back to Cosmic. I did buy the largest bottle, which is a 3.3 ounce. And the opening notes, jasmine and blood orange, the heart notes, golden amber, red peony, and the base notes are vanilla, musk, and cedarwood. It's very bright. That's what I'm getting. You know what else? I'm a citrus girl. I love a citrusy fragrance. And she has the blood orange in there. And that's that opening note. That's what I'm getting. I'm a citrus girl.
See, and she had me at amber and vanilla. Like I love the sexy, like those and the musk, honestly. Because I'm always here for a unisex fragrance.
It's good.
Yeah.
What are your robe? In your robe recommendations for the girls?
So what it's about? So 2 things I have. So the first one, I believe, and I don't think I have it out here because I was gonna grab it, but I am obsessed with the EOS lotion and the matching oils. So I have I think it's a cashmere vanilla is the one that I have. It smells so amazing. And now I'm probably a little late to the party. They have the oils that match. So I mix the lotion with the oils and apply straight out the shower. When I tell you, just absolutely stunning. Oh my goodness, it's so good. And they have like I think what 9
great recommendation.
Yes, I love those.
I didn't even know they had so many. I know too. My daughter loves EOS. I think they had a really viral moment recently with the young girls, and they love them. And my daughter is obsessed with EOS,
Yeah.
but her skin looks amazing. She got a shower gel recently, just the other day. They've got a shower gel that matches her lotion. But I had no idea about the body oils. You put
Yes.
us on.
They have the oils. Yes, they do. And then my other one is the oldie but goodie. And it's so strange to me that it's now trending. But
Mhm.
Donna Karan Cashmere Mist is one of my favorite fragrances. People can call it old lady, they
Oh.
can say whatever, but it's so powdery and pretty, it will never not be
Mhm.
good. So now recently,
Mhm.
Donna Karan is now on TikTok. Love
Mhm.
that for them. The girls are going crazy over
Mhm.
this deodorant. Now I have been using this
Yeah.
deodorant for what, 15 years? But but
Oh.
when I tell you it just does something. It adds to whatever fragrance you use, it adds to whatever lotions you have
Mhm.
on. It doesn't overpower, but anytime you hug anybody, my favorite compliment is that I smell good.
Yes.
Absolutely. That there is nothing because it just shows that you put effort in something and somebody noticed it. So that's my absolutely favorite compliment.
Mhm.
So whenever you wear that and then your fragrance and your lotions later on top, it's just
Oh,
people can't avoid it. They have to say something always. But, so those are my 2 things.
I love that.
Mhm.
We are so excited, guys, to bring you episode 2 Sunday night. We'll be back this Thursday with episode 3. We'll talk more about marriage advice. We'll follow up with Tasha K's lawsuit, Cardi B, bankruptcy details, and we'll also do some investigative work about Kendra G's app and if
Yes.
any of the users are required to pay for a subscription or access to the other gender. Very
Absolutely.
good topics to follow up on.
Yes, I agree. I absolutely agree. I think we did really well for episode 2. How are you feeling?
I feel great about episode 2. I'm even more proud of episode 1. I thought that was amazing. So if you all have not heard episode 1, be sure to run back, watch it on YouTube, and listen to it wherever you get your podcast. Shy, I love you, girl. This was
Yes, I
fun
love you too.
again.
I think we struck gold. What do you think?
That's
There you
tea.
go. And we
Can we maybe talk about Miss Netta next episode? Can
I
we put that down?
Oh,
The
sure.
lady is driving me crazy, and I need to know why she believes that all of us are so jealous of her. But
Yeah,
bye, guys.
absolutely. Signing out. Bye.